Boy, my voice is really tripping. Okay. Is everybody, yeah, oh my goodness gracious, except for Nancy. Okay. We have a quorum. Good morning, everybody. The Redevelopment Agency meeting of August 20th, 2025 is called to order. This meeting has been properly noticed and posted in compliance with the open meeting law. These proceedings are being video recorded and can be viewed live on City of Las Vegas TV on Cox Cable Channel 2. You could also watch the meeting live online and access other city content by visiting lasvegasnevada.gov/connect. The proceedings will be rebroadcast on City of Las Vegas TV the Wednesday of the meeting at 8 p.m. and also on Friday at 4 a.m., Saturday at 7 p.m., Sunday at 7 a.m., and the following Monday at 5 p.m. This building is protected by a state-of-the-art fire detection and suppression sprinkler system. If alarms should activate during today's meeting, please evacuate using the exits at the back of the chambers out to the mezzanine, proceed out the double doors to the terrace and down the back staircase. For anyone that has difficulty with stairs, please check with a marshal or fire official for assistance. Once outside, assemble on the northeast corner across the street from City Hall at Lewis and First Street. Employees wearing safety vests or our city marshals will inform you when it is safe to re-enter the building. For public comment related to the items on the agenda, citizen participation, and public hearing items, we have available a speaker card which you can complete and submit to the city clerk. Cards are available in the clerk's office or at the rear of the chambers. If you do not submit a card, it does not prevent you from speaking under public comment, citizens participation, or specified public hearing items. If there is anyone present today that has a need for hearing impaired equipment, please see the city clerk's staff. Please note, if you parked in the parking garage across the street, a self-validation machine is located in the foyer between council chambers and the security desk you walk through to enter these chambers. You must have your ticket with you to use the machine. If you do not have your ticket, see security personnel when exiting for a validation coupon. We will now move on to item 3. Agenda item number 3, public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters on the agenda for action. The amount of time any single speaker is allowed may be limited. All comments made will be cross-referenced to those specific items. If anyone submitted a speaker card or who wishes to speak under this portion of the agenda, please come to the podium and state your name for the record. We will set the time at 1 minute. Is there anybody that would like to address our meeting? Seeing nobody, I thank you, and we will move to agenda item number 4. For possible action to approve the final minutes by reference of the regular Redevelopment Agency meeting of July 16th, 2025. Mayor Pro Tem, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Move to approve the minutes.
Please vote. Post. Motion carries. Agenda item number 5. Report of declarations for NRS 279.454, which requires any officer or employee of the city who, in the course of their duties, participates in the formulation of or approval of plans or policies for a redevelopment area to disclose interest in property located in the existing redevelopment area and or redevelopment area 2. This item is related to council item 12. Dr. Holmes.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. For the record, I'm Dr. Luann Holmes, City Clerk. This is the annual disclosure of interest in our redevelopment area as required by NRS 279.454, the Nevada Community Redevelopment Law. This law states that any officer or employee of the city who, in the course of their duties, participates in the formulation or approval of plans or policies in either of the 2 redevelopment areas we have in the city must disclose any direct or indirect financial interest in said properties. And if any officer or employee owns, purchases, or acquires any interest in such property, they shall make a written disclosure of said interests. This law further requires that said interest be disclosed to both the redevelopment agency and city council, and that this will be entered upon the minutes of both bodies. This item, along with city council item number 12 on this morning's consent agenda, will satisfy that requirement. We will be entering into the record a late form that will be submitted as backup. There is no motion required, and I thank you for accepting this report.
Thank you so much. Are there any questions or comments from the agency members? Seeing none, this is a report only and no action is required. We will now move on to agenda item number 6. RA-21-2025, discussion for possible action regarding an operations management agreement between the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency and Startup NV, a Nevada nonprofit corporation, for management of the International Innovation Center located at 300 South 4th Street, Suite 180, Redevelopment Area 1, Ward 3, Councilwoman Diaz. This item is related to Council Item 29, R-58-2025. Mr. Butte.
Christopher Butte, Deputy Director of Economic and Urban Development, City of Las Vegas. Good morning, City Council, Mayor, and senior staff. This is we're coming to you today with an agreement. It's an operation agreement and management agreement of the Innovation Center, which is located at 300 South 4th Street, Suite 180. This is going to be entered into with the RDA and the Startup NV. We'll cover into the state, and we have a speaker on that behalf. We expect the outcome of this agreement to basically improve our financial stability through shared revenue and reduce subsidies, and enhance the startup ecosystem impact through curtailed programming that Startup NV brings and partnerships, and then streamline operations and reduce personnel strain on city staff. Startup NV is a nonprofit, as I mentioned before, and it basically, here's a summary of what they've accomplished since 2017. 400 startups, they've raised about $80 million in capital, created over 600 jobs, and they host things with their programming that are really fantastic. Pitch nights, mentoring and founder workshops, and then kind of connecting people to financial VC capital. This reduces our burden, and key innovation aligns perfectly with the strategic plan of the RDA, Project Area 1, Ward 3, and the city in general. The space is about 11,000 square feet. It's a one-year operational agreement with an option. Within the contract, there's performance reviews, so we can just see how things are progressing. Then they have an option to exercise. We have an option to exercise that for an additional year. It's a 50-50 revenue split after the utilities are paid. We also get included as 2 different workspaces within that space and access. It unlocks the space, and we feel it activates it and it makes it a lot more robust and transforms this asset into more of a high-impact hub for innovation, high technology, and entrepreneurship. I'd like to turn it over to Maggie, who's the Chief Operating Officer for Nevada Startup NV.
Good morning. Maggie Sailing. I'm the Chief of Operations for Startup NV. Startup NV is a statewide nonprofit incubator and accelerator for startup companies. We have been generously supported by the City of Las Vegas, giving us space in the Innovation Center since 2018. And in that time, we have seen the activity come and go. Of course, COVID had detrimental effects. But we are grant funded, and so we've had a city grant, thank you, county grants, federal grants, and state grants to provide programming for entrepreneurs. So right now we have 8 different programs, from the very earliest stages of people thinking about becoming entrepreneurs to programming for speakers, for people who have been in the grind and are actively with their startup. We also have an SBIR accelerator program, and that hopes to increase the number of applications and grants for the state of Nevada. We are also incubating companies that graduated from Clark County's Incubate Vegas program, and that is a one-on-one program. We have 3 coaches, and we're working with up to 50 companies for the period of a year. We are also associated with for-profit investment funds, and this is what makes us unique in the state. We have the ability to funnel our brightest and most scalable startups to funding sources. And so for 5 years, we've been having our Angel NV finale in this chamber. And in that program, we teach accredited investors and now Nevada certified investors how to invest in startups. So we invest at least $200,000. And that is comprised of a bunch of people who put in $5,000 to learn how to invest in startups. And that amount is then matched by the state. So we have interacted with at least 1,363 companies. We have reviewed 728 decks. And we have personally, well, not personally, those funds with which we are associated have invested in 25 companies to the tune of $11.5 million. And our portfolio value now is worth $43.1 million. So we've had wonderful increases. And according to the power law, many of those companies that we've invested in are going to fail, but we have returned $5.2 million distributed capital to those investors who were early with some of the companies that are now having liquidity events. Do you have any questions?
Thank you so much. Are there any questions and comments from the agency members? Seeing none, thank you so much. Is there a motion, Councilwoman Diaz?
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and thank you, Ms. Saling, for all the work you do in this tech startup space. I know that as a city, it's always been a priority for us to be on the leading side of welcoming all of the evolution and technology, and we know it travels at lightning speeds. I know that through the loss of Mr. Sherwood, this gives us some stability as a city, because I remember earlier on in my tenure, we were invited to milestone achievements when a startup was ready to launch their product, and we would do these awesome celebrations. So my ask of you is to make sure that we're apprised of the evolution of these amazing things being developed in our innovation center, so that then we can be there, celebrate, support, and be informed of all of the awesome things that are being developed in our own backyard. So again, I appreciate it. I think this is a great partnership because we have everyone vested in the space, and you guys are here in the city, and we continue to want to be a partner, a strong one at that, and also encourage them to relocate when they're too big for the Innovation Center. Maybe connect them to our EUD folks to find them space to stay in the city, because that would be awesome to get them to grow and to transfer into bigger office space, but within our jurisdiction as well. So with that, I'm going to move to approve agenda item number 6.
Shall we vote? Please post. Motion carries. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Are you not,
We'll mark you down, Councilman Knudsen.
we will now hear related items 7 and 8 together. Agenda item 7, RA-22-2025, discussion for possible action regarding a resolution finding the project proposed by the Multifamily Residential Unit Improvement Program agreement between the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency and KLA Capital Series 9, a series of KLA Capital Series LLC located at 330 South 11th Street to be in compliance with and in furtherance of the goals and objectives of the redevelopment plan and authorizing the execution of the MFR-UIP agreement by the RDA not to exceed $50,000, RDA Special Revenue Fund, Redevelopment Area 1. And let me read agenda item 8. RA-23-2025, discussion for possible action regarding a resolution finding the project proposed by the Multifamily Residential Visual Improvement Program agreement between the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency and KLA Capital Series 9, a series of KLA Capital Series LLC located at 330 South 11th Street to be in compliance with and in furtherance of the goals and objectives of the redevelopment plan and authorizing the execution of the MFR-VIP agreement by the NDA not to exceed $25,000 RDA Special Revenue Fund Redevelopment Area 1. These items are in Ward 3. Councilwoman Diaz, Mr. How do you do? Will you please identify yourself?
Good morning, Mayor and Council. Tracy Reich, Redevelopment Manager for the record. Today we're bringing forward to you a multifamily residential unit and visual improvement program agreements with KLA Capital Series 9. With me today is Cameron Foulad, representing Adam Foulad, who's the owner of KLA's Capital Series. I would also like to thank Eric Bourdonnais on my team for the work he's done on this project. As mentioned, the site is located at 330 South 11th Street. This is the third or fourth project in that same area that Mr. Foulad has been renovating and upgrading, making a significant impact in the neighborhood. The project consists of 2 apartment buildings totaling 8 residential units. The neighborhood has a mix of commercial properties, single-family, multifamily, senior apartments, professional offices, and the Las Vegas Academy is nearby. The vacant 8-unit property will undergo a complete interior and exterior rehabilitation of the building. The interior improvements will be a complete gut and reconstructing kitchens, bathrooms. You can see some of the updates that will be there: electrical, plumbing, flooring, hardware. That's the interior. The exterior will have new doors, windows, stucco paint, stone and brickwork, landscaping, and irrigation. The applicant's total private investment is upward of $369,000. The project is eligible for a $50,000 interior unit improvement incentive and a $25,000 exterior visual improvement program. There will be a facade easement and maintenance agreement recorded on the property for 5 years. And this project will bring 8 new units of rental housing to the neighborhood. The project should be completed within the 180-day period that we request. And I'd like to turn it over now to Mr. Foulad for any questions and to talk about the project.
Welcome.
Good morning, Mayor Berkeley, Councilwoman, and Councilman. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know if they could hear me. My name is Cameron Foulad from ProView Series LLC, representing my son Adam Foulad from KLA Capital. The property that we are discussing is one of the most dilapidated property in that block. As a matter of fact, Adam has renovated about 11 properties in a matter of 3 blocks radius, and this happened to be the worst one. Currently is vacant. As you can see, the picture is not really livable. And the product that we are putting in is very upgraded, very modern, and the rent also going to be very competitive. As a matter of fact, we are one of the most competitive or lowest rent in the neighborhood. And as you can see, the difference between what used to be and what it is tremendously different. And that would encourage the neighbors to also upgrade their property, so it becomes a domino effect. And that has been going on for the last 12 to 14 years in the neighborhood, that we go in and change a few properties, and all of a sudden the area completely change. As a matter of fact, the best example would be Casino Center. when we started the casino center in 2011, was hardly anybody walking around except homeless with carts and mattress everywhere. And now is one of the most expensive real estate in downtown, or really in Las Vegas. So thank you very much for your time. If you have any question, please go ahead.
Thank you so much. I've seen many of the projects that you and your son have worked on, and they're quite extraordinary. Are there any questions from any of the agency members? Comments, questions? In that case, I thank you so much for being here. Is there a motion on item 7, Councilwoman Diaz?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Foulad, for being here today. It is very obvious that you and Adam have really helped us revitalize areas of our community, especially in the downtown, that we're kind of going down the wrong road of being disheveled, dilapidated, no pride and ownership. And when you then purchase them, you do give them that oomph again, and you lift them and you do fabulous work and it looks amazing, and we can always tell by your fences and your KLA signs of where you're leaving your legacy in the city. So I'm so excited you're taking this, because if they're currently unoccupied, they're breeding a lot more problems, and you beautifying them and updating them will give someone a dignified space to live. So thank you so much for the work. I wish you all well and keep going strong, taking other properties that are in similar conditions and bringing them back to life. So with that, I move to approve agenda item 7.
Shall we vote? Please post. Motion carries. Thank you so
And
much.
I move to approve agenda item 8.
Thank you.
Shall we vote? Oops. Please post. Motion passes. Again, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, sir.
Agenda item 9, citizen participation. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of the redevelopment agency. No subject may be acted upon by the redevelopment agency unless that subject is on the agenda and is scheduled for action. If you wish to be heard, come to the podium, give your name for the record. The amount of discussion on any single subject, as well as the amount of time any single speaker is allowed, may be limited. We will limit the discussion or the comments to 2 minutes. Is there anyone wishing to speak under this portion of the agenda?
Good morning,
Welcome.
Madam Mayor. I'm Catherine Duncan, 1001 F Street, and I'm here because we have such a tremendous opportunity as a city. We have an opportunity to stimulate our art, enhance our culture, preserve our history, and promote economic development through tourism. We have an opportunity to receive a 15-foot sculpture of the infamous Sammy Davis Jr. in Las Vegas, and we need your help. We're not quite sure where to start, but we know we need to raise a little over $500,000 to make this happen. And while the Harrison House, which is a property that I own, is willing to receive the statue, in my heart, I believe it really needs to go in a more prominent location. So the one place that we've been looking at is the Sammy Davis Jr. Festival Plaza. So I'm here this morning to get all of your advice and your expertise on how in the world we're going to get this amazing statue in our city so that we can begin to program the Pioneer Trail that's already been created. So I'm here for advice, which way to go, who I should talk to, and I look forward to being involved in the project.
Thank you so much. As you know, we can't comment or enter into discussion during this part of the agenda, but I think this is certainly worth pursuing, and I would suggest that you start with the councilwoman representing Ward 5 and see what the city can do, if anything. And I thank you for bringing this to our attention.
Thank you so much, Madam Mayor and City Council, for your time. And
Thank you. Thanks for being
Thank
here.
you. Bye now.
Is there anybody else that wishes to speak to the agency? Seeing no one else, the redevelopment agency is adjourned. We will start our city council meeting at 9 a.m.